So Bitcoin has finally broken out of this massive 7-month consolidation phase. We're getting very, very close to the US election. Price is finally starting to run, and altcoins finally showing signs of life. Let's get into the data of what you guys need to know approaching the US election to make sure that you don't absolutely get wrecked as we approach the election, because there is going to be a lot of volatility incoming into the markets. Before we get stuck into the content, please make sure to like, share and subscribe, and share this video with your friends to help them stay safe in the crypto market too. So first off, let's look at the price of Bitcoin. And we can see here that we have been trending in a sideways consolidation coming from March, very early March this year. We finally have broken out. We've confirmed the breakout with the retest, and we are now approaching what I like to call the final boss, the last level of resistance that's currently holding the market down before we could finally reach that parabolic point. Now, really important, guys, you need to really understand that as we're getting to this level, I don't just expect the price to just pierce this level and go up like butter, right? This is a very strong resistance, and you can see that it's held for almost 7 months. We may see a few touches around this resistance zone before we break out. What we might start to see is a consolidation or the formation of some kind of continuation pattern, maybe like a ascending wedge, before we start to get that momentum build up to finally send us out of that resistance. And what I'm hoping for is to see that happen as we come into the US election. Now, if we go back and we have a look at prior halving cycles, if we scroll back, we go to the last US election, we can see that we are getting very similar price action. We're coming into the end of October, we start the run, and then after the election, we have historically seen, this is in 2020, a massive run to the upside. But once again, we did see a continuation pattern form, as you can see here, this ascending triangle, basically building up the momentum to fuel that massive breakout. So what I'm kind of estimating is that we're going to see something very similar at this point. Now, guys, I have been sharing multiple altcoins and different charts and different trade opportunities in our platform. So if you haven't yet already had the chance to, make sure you click the link down below in the description to join our social media platform for crypto traders. A lot of our alpha, live calls, and basically everything that we do before it hits YouTube does get posted in this platform. You can see that some of our students here are actually making quite decent returns. One of them here has made $3,000 in the last couple of days just trading Bitcoin. So highly recommend you jump into this. It's free, and you're going to get a lot of alpha. But coming into the election, what we do really want to see is President Trump win. As we know, he's quite pro-crypto. He's basically set up his own crypto projects already in the DeFi space, and we believe that if he does come through as the winner, we could see further upside. Some analysts predicting that a Donald Trump win could see Bitcoin surpass 100,000 US dollars. That would be absolutely massive. So, breaking with 7 days until the president election, Donald Trump now leads Kamala Harris by a record of 26 percentage points, according to Kalshi. Now, remember that there are multiple different news outlets that are reporting who is in lead with the presidential race. Thing is some of them are saying that Trump is clearly in the lead by maybe 20-30% more, and some of them are saying that they're even. So it is a really good idea to have a look at what the broad basis is, have a look at what multiple sources are telling you. But from what I'm personally seeing is here, Kalshi, we're seeing 63% Donald Trump, which is quite bullish for the market, which is pretty much what's fueling this current run. We're also seeing the election winner on poly markets predicted at 66%. Now, whilst this is mainly seen by crypto natives, it is something that I do take quite lightly, because we know that if a lot of crypto natives believe they want Donald Trump to win, that they can essentially just put heaps of bets on this, which could skew the odds, which could be what we're seeing. But nonetheless, personally, after seeing the news, scrolling Twitter, it does look like Trump is quite strong, and that could be helping to fuel the run here we're seeing in the crypto market. One really good tweet that I seen here today was from Miles Jutsa. Retail sold whilst institutions were buying aggressively. They'll be forced to FOMO back in higher. We can see here Bitcoin in March, it was at 71K. And the Coinbase App Store ranking was at 20. And that tells us that a lot of retail traders, a lot of everyday people are being interested in crypto. They may be buying, selling different coins, but they're using Coinbase. That's where the retail traders go to. We're now seeing that Bitcoin is at 71K. And once again, In this time, we're seeing the Coinbase app is only ranking 482nd, so the ranking has dropped a lot, and that's showing us that retail has not yet come into the market. Now, very important that you guys understand that with Bitcoin, you're going to find that it's going to be institutions that are going to be loading up on Bitcoin or many other different altcoins. Eventually, they're going to want to sell, okay? Now, if we look at this previous cycle that we saw, we had a top, and then we saw another top, all right, just before we got the big drop. If institutions are buying, they want enough retail in the market to be able to sell their coins to those people before price comes down. And what we can see that right now is, judging from this tweet, that there is still not many retail in the market, which suggests to me that Bitcoin still has much more time to go up in the higher price ranges before we see a massive correction. And one of the major things I consider when seeing this kind of information is that as price goes up, it basically gets people and the retail traders more interested in crypto. Think of it like this. When crypto was at $19,000, how many of your friends were into crypto? Not many. They weren't asking you, I bet you they weren't asking you questions, and you probably weren't even looking at videos on YouTube. Now you're seeing Bitcoin at 70,000, you're seeing people saying it might break all-time high. All of a sudden, people are starting to come back into the market. In order for the institutions to sell their bags, they're going to need people to come back into the market to then sell the top to those everyday traders. So to me, that suggests that the top is not in yet. We still have more price movement to go towards the upside, whether it be in the short term, more so in the long term. I'm expecting in the next few months we do see a price appreciation. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy. I'm just showing you guys what I'm thinking based off the information that I'm sharing here with you guys today. And if you are trading, make sure to never risk more than you can afford to lose. Now I've got a post here from Stock Money Lizards. A US election will be initiating the end of the year bull run. So far, every pre-election period has been associated with a harbinger of what has been about to come. In 2016, Bitcoin made 10% 2 weeks prior to the elections before it pumped 2,700%. In 2020, Bitcoin made 18% 2 weeks prior to the election before it pumped 2,700%. In 2024, this would mean a new all-time high before the elections, with a massive pump in November and December. Like I said earlier, if Donald Trump is going to look like he's going to be winning, many people in the crypto space want to see that. We could see a new all-time high coming before or on the date of the election. And further backing that, we're seeing that the Bitcoin inflows for the ETFs are absolutely exploding. Last week was the biggest amount of inflows that's ever come in ever. Look, there's so much money being tipped into the ETF right now. You can see it just last week alone, almost $500 million worth of inflows, with a very strong rate of inflows for the last couple of weeks, showing us that these institution guys are stepping in. And keep in mind, guys, that coming up to a presidential election, you're probably going to find that there's still people waiting on the sidelines for the outcome of the election before they put money in. So, or before they go and decide to buy some higher risk assets like Bitcoin or altcoins. So if we do get the candidate that we want to win, that is pro-crypto, then we could see those people who have got sideline money waiting to buy also start to buy on top of what we're already seeing. So really, really exciting times. And last but not least, Microsoft has disclosed that they are now looking at investing some of their money into Bitcoin. They saw MicroStrategy, how they tipped a percentage of their company into Bitcoin, the company's cash into Bitcoin, and how it's appreciated so much in value that it's the second biggest company in the S&P 500 in terms of return on investment at the moment. And now Microsoft are also starting to consider to do the same. But what gets me really excited is BlackRock. That's right, guys. BlackRock, the ones who own their own Bitcoin ETF, they are a 7.45% shareholder in Microsoft. So guess who is going to be voting for a Bitcoin holding? You could almost imagine it's going to be BlackRock. So, guys, if you did like this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next video. But thanks for tuning in. Trade safe out there. And yeah, if you get a chance, check out our platform. The link is in the description below. Bye for now. Please take a minute to read and understand our disclaimer. If you do not agree to this disclaimer, please close this video.